Good morning, UAE, and welcome to the ALAQILI show. I, Budoor, am your host for the day. Our guest today is a proof that the young generation are aiming to change. She is a young local university student who is working on her first animated movie. Let's welcome her. Hi, Aliyah.
Hi, Budoor. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
How's everything?
That's good. That's good. So, Aliyah, tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, my name is khalifa. I study in Dubai Women's College, media student, and hopefully I'm aiming to study film production and directing.
So, were you into film since you were a child?
Not really. I actually wanted to be a writer, then an artist, then suddenly, I don't know how I entered. You want to know how?
Yeah, tell me your story.
I wanted to come to Zayed University, and I met a friend who's now a dear friend. We were discussing animation, and he was like, you can do art, you can study art, so why not? And I was like, okay, fine, I'll go study animation in Zayed University. But due to some problems at home and in school, I didn't get the GPA that would get me to Zayed University, so I went to Dubai Women's College instead. So I kept begging my dad to let me go to study media just for a course, and he's like, okay, and I stayed in media. I didn't go.
And somehow you just
I enjoyed this, and my friend is also a movie buff, and I didn't want to leave. So yeah, this is how.
There is this BLA production, right? So tell me about it. Tell me about it.
This started as a joke between my best friend and I. We were talking about Homo sapiens. And we were experimenting. We have those weird experimenting moments. Yeah, and we were talking using only one word, which is blah. We were trying to figure out how people used to communicate in the old days before languages were created.
So this is why you chose the word blah production?
Yes,
okay.
Communication.
Yeah.
And it unifies us. Like blah is not obliged to like one certain language. It's just a word with no origin.
It's like a smile.
Exactly.
It's international.
It's international. So we were also discussing our future together as best friends, and we wanted to do a production company. And as a joke, I used to have a public account on Twitter, and she told me to tweet that we actually have a company, and we're doing an exhibition regarding our first movie, The Villain, which was, of course, all bluff. There wasn't such a thing. And people actually responded, which was very interesting. So, yeah, we actually did it.
But your production, you guys have a lot of different styles of artists. Is this why there are different type of artists? Because of the bluff?
No, it's because variety equals more creativity. We can share things. And of course, as people, we don't look like each other. So I don't find it realistic if in cartoons they look similar. We all have eyes, we all have hands, we all have a nose and mouth, but we don't look like each other.
So you're giving the characters a character.
Yes.
By using different artists.
Yes, because there are also like a little spoiler, which is on Instagram. There are 4 types of human creatures in the movie.
Oh. So yeah, the movie, The Villain, is your first production, right?
Yes, which is fun.
So what is it about? Give us a story.
It's about the Royal Crimsons who were overthrown from the throne, and humans took over. So it's basically the prince is playing around with people. That's why The Villain, it's about him. And he chose like people from each district, there are districts, and made them compete, but in the end they didn't compete. They fought against him to get back their land. Basically, that's a summary.
But the great thing, the outstanding thing about this movie is that it's Islamic based, right?
Yes.
And you guys use a cappella rather than
the
music
human
for
voice.
this one. That's absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. So how did The Villain start?
It started off when I was a kid. I was more of a loner at first, and I used to sit with my notebooks and pencils and colors, and I used to draw characters. It started off as mutants, X-Men, DC and Marvel fan, and then I went into anime, a Japanese phase, And then I started observing people. Here, I started to put people from my own personal life and stuff into the story. And then in the 5th grade, I started sharing it. And this is where I wanted to be a writer. And one of the girls was like, you cannot do this. You can't do this. You will never do that. I was like, okay, by the age of 18, I'll be a director. And you see that, just to annoy you. And I actually did just to annoy you, which is funny. And yeah, it randomly happened.
So your motivation was this girl who put you down?
Yeah, and another thing that happened in the 10th grade, my business teacher was one of my first supporters. Mr. Ma'ruf, if you're watching this, thank you. And Mr. Mahmoud. When we were bored, he used to let me put the story and we would actually voice act it. So one of the girls was like, what are people with dreams? Yeah, you need to work, you need a job. I was like, okay. The teacher replied to her, told her, people with dreams are the successful people. And you see, when Aliyah will graduate from this school, she'll be a director. And I wasn't interested in media, honestly.
So by then you were still not into media?
No.
Right.
I was more into behind the scenes. I want to do makeup artists, like
to help
circus. No, actually circus people.
Wow.
And I wanted, from Lord of the Rings, I was inspired to be the wardrobe designers and stuff.
So you went through a lot of choices before reaching here.
Yeah, and it happened randomly, which is the funny part.
But the thing is, you have a lot of things you want to become. What made you realize that this is your life? This is who you are?
In cartoons, you can do everything. As a director, I choose the clothing. I look over the art. I create whatever I want to create, and at the same time, you make really amazing friends. I remember once, we started this a year ago. I wanted to give up, and I gave up everything. My team were like, we're going to steal your idea if you're going to give up. I was like, okay, I'm back. I'm back.
It's mine.
And no, they're actually very supportive, even in really, really hard times. Most of the times we met through the internet, actually. We didn't really meet face-to-face until recently because we had an exhibition.
Oh yeah, the exhibition, the showcase.
Yes, the showcase. Yes. So it was a fun journey. Yeah, it was.
But it wasn't easy, right?
No.
So how did you go through the hardship?
First of all, one of our members graduated from Cartoon Network Art Academy.
Wow.
So she made me meet an artist from Tarzan. Olivier, yes. So it was an honor if you're watching this, sir. He gave us the foundations on how to do storyboards, how to start this, and what to do when you feel under pressure, talk, do this, do that. So that was the beginning. Then we started taking it more seriously, and alhamdulillah.
The thing is, for you, you're a director, the writer of the movie. How were you able to balance being a student and working?
Honestly, I failed miserably in the beginning, but thank you, Dr. Howard, from DWC to get me back. It wasn't easy, and I'm glad I have understanding teachers and a good mother.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, it's not easy. I don't recommend people to work and study. I don't.
Really?
Yeah, it's really hard. It's stressful. It's I have a project and I have a deadline for this. What should I do first?
Priorities?
The priorities, yes.
I see. But don't you want, do you regret it?
No, I don't regret it. I don't. It was fun. I met amazing people. I met most of my close friends now. I've met through meetings, through conferences, there was Animate 11 and Comic-Con. I met amazing people from the art world, not the actors and directors. Yeah.
So if you had the chance to change anything, would you take it?
No.
Nothing?
No, it's fun the way it is. It's risk-taking is fun.
Yeah. And they say failure is the mother of success.
Exactly.
So as a small activity, I want you to send a message to you 5 years from now.
I'd like to say thank you for making the mistakes you did. I know it's been just 1 year, but I wouldn't do half of the things I did back then. But thank you for doing it. You did well. You did well.
We're running out of time, right? So is there anything you want to tell to the viewers?
I would just like to tell them that don't let what people say affect you. If you know what you're doing is right, if you know what you're doing is not like over the limits or over the top, do it. Don't let what people say affect you. You know yourself more than anyone in this world. So, yeah.
Thank you very much. It was an honor having you.
It was an honor to see you too. Thank you so much, Budoor.
Thank you. It means so much to me.
Thank you.
We'll be back after the break.